Hello and welcome to the UnmixColors video tutorial. My name is Mario Cruz. I'm a postdoc at the Siemens lab at the Broad Institute, which is part of the image platform there. And today I will drive you through how to use the UnmixColors module. This module is adapted from the ImageJ plugin Color Deconvolution, whose paper forms the basis for this code. To demonstrate the model, I will use a histopathological image of parathyroid adenoma stain with hematoxylin and eosin available from the Cell Profiler Examples repo. Here we have the main view of the Cell Profiler. So in this first model called Images, we can just drag and drop our files in this big region. So after download the files from our repo, we can just go to the input folder and drag and drop the entire folder called example1 to the images model inside Cell Profiler. Here we can just double click in this file and we're gonna see our image. After that, we can just move forward to the names and types. And in this model, we can assign a name for this particular image. In this case, we're gonna assign a name to all images because we just have one here, but we can also assign image matching rules if you have more than one image. We can assign this image as a 2D or 3D image just pressing or selecting this process 3D here. But more important than that, it's just select the image type because in this case we're working with a color image. So we need to select this image as a color image. We need to assign a name for this particular image. And in this case, we're gonna call HE from hematoxylin eosin. And we just leave the set intensity range from image metadata, but we can just use another range from here. So if we hit the update button, we're gonna see that now the example1 parathyroid adenoma.jpg is now assigned as HE image. So we can call this image calling HE here. So what we're gonna do here is just try to separate the colors from these channels, from this image actually, sorry. So to do that, there are many options inside Cell Profiler. The most common one is color to gray because many of our models to segment ourselves just accept gray images as input and not color images, such as threshold model. So we're gonna separate the colors using the color to gray image here. So as I mentioned before, we can select the input image. Now we don't have this particular name, example1 parathyroid.jpg. We assign this image as HE, so we can call or we can select the input image here from names and types. And the method we are choosing here is not combine. We're gonna split because we wanna separate the channels. In this case, we can select the image type, RGB, HSV, or channels. And let's see what's happened. So to test the models, there is a start test. There is a test mode inside Cell Profiler, and we can hit here and then press step or hit step button. Doing that, we're gonna see that the models run. And here we have the original image, which is a color image. And now we have this color separation in red, green, and blue. And we can see here that there is a color separation, but this color separation doesn't match the purple and pink staining of our cells. So to separate this, we need a more complex model called UnmixColor model. So we can just leave this model here and select now or add now a unmixed colors module. So again, we can select the input color image in this case, which will be the HE again from names and type. We need to assign a name for our output image. In this case, will be hematoxylin. In here, we can use the absorbance of this staining that's pre-calculated to extract this color from the image. And because we're trying to separate two channels, we need to add another stain in here. So the second stain that we have, it's eosine. So we can just go here in stain and select the eosine absorbance here. So we can see here in this question. If you don't know what are the stain they're looking for, we can just press here in this question mark and you're gonna see this staining window will pop up for you. So we're gonna see here that eosine stain has this particular color and is specific to elastic collagen and reticular fibers. So in the hematoxin, it's more purple color and stains nucleic acid and endoplasmic reticulum. So this is a good resource for you. So after doing that, we can just hit step, and the step will pass through all the models that we're having here. So now we can see here that our mixing colors separate quite nicely our hematoxin eosine stain, one from each other. And now we can see that this image looks like a fluorescence image. So we can just move forward with this image to analyze or to do some kind of image manipulation or image processing as a fluorescence image like. So that's it for this image. Sometimes the color separation is not perfect. Like we can see here, some of the purple stain is bleeding through the eosine stain. That's the pink one. So what we can do is just look here in the staining, in this question mark, and we can just try to see some of the colors here that match a little bit more the staining. So maybe this eosine marker is more like a azocarmine staining, not eosine, in terms of absorbance values. So we can just, for example, change here the staining for azocarmine and press again the step button, and we're gonna see here that there's another way to separate the colors. Alright. So now I'm gonna delete all these models here. And we can just go back to the images model and go back to the input folder that we downloaded before. We can go to the example2 folder and drag and drop this example2 parathyroid adenome image here. And you can see If we double click the image, we can see here the example one that we worked before, and now we have a second image that's the same tissue, but it's another round of staining or another round of experiment. So we can see here that the staining in the second image is a little bit different from the first one. So we're gonna try to segment, or we're gonna try to separate the colors or mix the colors in this second example as we did in the first one. So to do that, we're gonna just add the mixing color models here, and let's just do the same. Try to use the hematoxylin stain absorbance value and the eosin stain value here. We're gonna start test mode again. If we hit the step button, this will run through our first image. That's the example one image. If we want to analyze the second image in the image input model, we can hit the next image set button and then hit the step. So this will select the second image, and this mixed colors model will run through the second image and not in the first one. So now we can see here the result of this mixing color separation. And as we can see here, this doesn't work well. We can try to change as based on the color of the staining, because the color is just the absorbance values of this particular staining. So there is something here that looks more like this purple or this nuclei in this image. I think maybe the hematoxin pass can be good. So, and we have here something that looks like this cytoplasm more. We can use the pass here. It looks like more this pink staining in this image. So we can just select here. Oh. And then we can just hit again the step button and analyzing the color separation. Again, we don't have a good result here. So what we can do in this case, we can calculate the color absorbance for each green, red, and blue channel in a custom way. And how we do that, we can just come here, the stain, and instead of using one of these particular absorbance values, we can just hit this custom. We can input the red, green, and blue absorbance here, or we can estimate. So if we hit this button estimate, this will call us or will ask us for an image. So we need an image. And inside the example2 folder, we have a purple image and a pink image. So we can just select this purple image, and this will pop. So this model will estimate the absorbance in red, blue, and green for this particular image. And how we can get this image, it's pretty easy. We can use, for example, the Fiji software. So we can just, for example, in this case, drag and drop the example2 parathyroid adenome.jpg here. Inside Fiji, we can just zoom in here And using the rectangular tool, for example, we can just select a region that's purple. And then we can go to the image, duplicate, and we gonna just change the title of this image to purple and hit OK. So we're gonna have a small image called purple, which contains the purple part of our image. We're gonna move this rectangle to another area, but now instead of the purple region, we are gonna put this rectangle in a pink image, in a pink region of our image, and then we gonna just do again. We're gonna name this as a pink image. We can now save these images as a JPEG and then use these small fragments of our original image to estimate the absorbance from an image. So here now we're gonna output this as a pink, and instead of staining using our pass or RNG, for example, we're gonna again go to the custom. Because we don't have the absorbance values for red, green, and blue, we're gonna estimate. And now instead of using the purple Fiji point JPEG, we're gonna select the pink Fiji image here inside this example 2 folder. And this will estimate the absorbance for the different channels. And now we can just hit step. So using this custom images or custom fragments from our original image, we can now just separate or unmix our colors, and now we can see that the unmixing colors model is working properly and it's working well. So now we can just move forward with the pipeline and try to segment the nuclei or identify the nuclei and count these or make some specific measures about this purple or pink region or this hematoxylin or pink region inside our image. Hope you enjoyed this video tutorial and thank you very much for your time.